Lady of Sports, and I got the front man with me today, Eddie Scott in the building.
Yes, I'm here.
And I got Miss Brandy Fairfax in internet world. And Brandy, what's up with you? How you doing today, ma'am?
Hi, everybody. How are you?
We
I'm good.
doing all right, man.
Hey, Brandy.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about on a Tuesday. A lot going on. We'll talk a little Guardians today. But we want to go ahead and first and foremost, yesterday we did not give a shout out to Glenville High School as well as Ted Ginn Sr. for being the first Cleveland City school to win a state title. So in history. So we want to give a shout out to them and wish them congratulations. And Ted Ginn has been on this show before, and he's phenomenal. A phenomenal human being, a member of Omega Psi Phi. He's been a father figure and pretty much changed the lives of hundreds, if not thousands, of boys with his school, Ginn Academy. So what they did was something so special. So we want to congratulate them and wish them the best.
Quick little story about Ted Ginn Sr., man. I did not play for him. I played for Collinwood. Let's go Railroaders, but I got none but respect for him because Ted Ginn Sr. actually helped me get to college.
Oh, really?
And I didn't play for him, so I had none but respect for him. Yes, he tried to get me to play for him so many times. He called my mom phone, like bring him over here. I was just loyal to Collinwood, man, so I couldn't see myself playing for Glenville. But definitely appreciate all the things that he did for me personally. Also did for my family because my little brother Joshua wound up playing for him at Glenville because he wanted to go to Ginn Academy. So, like I said, nothing but love. So shout out to Ginn. I appreciate you all that he did and all you done, bro. Man, congratulations.
Yeah, what position did you play, front man?
I played tailback and linebacker for Collinwood, and then I played tailback for Alabama A&M.
Okay, all right, cool. Congratulations. That's wonderful. So I'm sure there's so many people who have, Ted Ginn stories about how he, helped change and inspire their lives and things like that. I can't wait to see, I know there's been numerous documentaries that's been done, but, hopefully there's be a documentary done on this 2022 state championship team and what it finally took, because just coincidentally it might have been yesterday I had some memories come up when they played that state championship, I think against that school from Columbus, and they got cheated really, really bad. So, I was making comments about how the refs are cheating these boys and stuff like that. And it's bad when you got little white ladies calling into sports talk shows talking about how bad the Glenville, Tarblooders got robbed and all the bad calls and stuff like that against them. So, that says something.
Yeah, because a lot of times when Glenville was in Division One, they were going against some of the best. Say going against St. Ed's, they were holding their own against St. Ed's. They may came up short, but they were holding their own against teams like St. Ed's, St. Iggy's, teams in Columbus, and all over the state, and they were holding their own. And like that game that you're talking about, when they got cheated big time, everybody and their mama know they got cheated. And again, you don't want to say it's a racial thing, but it's like it's an inner city thing. Like you got an inner city youth team who are doing big things. Inner city of Cleveland, rugged, rough. But you got these guys. You got this man here who is sometimes the father figure to these young men and women actually. Like people really look up to this guy. Like you had Troy Smith who Ted Ginn Sr. took into his home, like just so he have a place to stay. Like it's those type of stories that nobody talk about that this man have done to better other people in their situations. So shout out to him, big props to him.
I don't think I knew that Troy Smith lived with him.
Yeah, Troy Smith actually lived with him for a while. Yeah. But like I said, there's a lot of stories that people don't know about this man and what he did for his community and for some of the kids that that was around him. He had a big a lot of good for a lot of people. Like I said, I never played for him, and I cannot rep Glenville to save my life. But the things he did for me and my family, and And like I said, I didn't play for him, and he was still willing to help me. You know what I'm saying? Put a highlight tape together and get me to where I need to be. Make sure my grades was right. Make sure that the colleges looked at me. So nothing but respect. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nothing but respect for him.
Yeah, so shout out to Glenville. They finally did it.
Yes.
Like you said, they had been competing in Division 1 against some of the best, and they held their own and knocked them off a couple times. Because when they was in that state championship game, what division were they in?
They were in Division 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then this year they went down to Division 2 because they didn't have enough.
No, and they in 4 now.
I mean, sorry, Division 4. They went down to Division 4 because Glenville don't have enough kids in school right now. So
okay.
So they had to drop them down to Division 4. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna be coming right back up probably next year because they were pulling out everybody they played.
Yeah.
It was no close games. Besides the closest game was the state championship, which was 26-6.
Okay.
That's the closest game they had. Everybody else was getting 52-0, 60 plus. The team is good, man, and I don't see them slowing down no time soon.
So, is this the best team he's ever had?
No,
you think?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
absolutely not.
Okay.
That tag team with Troy Smith, Murdoch, Ted Gibbs Jr. Yeah, that was their best team.
Was Pierre on that team too?
Pierre Woods.
Okay. Who defected? We've had Pierre on the show before.
Hey, Curtis Terry. I can go on with that list, man. Yeah, that was their best team, hands down.
Okay.
Hands down. I know I played against them, and man, when I tell you, like, you didn't know speed until you came against a Ted game. Like, you didn't.
Well, he was like just a couple spots away from the Olympic team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even play like. I was pretty fast in high school. I ran the 4.5, solid 4.5 40. So I'm not. I wasn't slow. I get down the field, man. I can't make this up, man. I'm like I'm on the special teams on the kick return team. I fly down the field, and I'm like maybe 3 yards in front of Ted, and I would go for the tackle. Next thing you know, I swear he was on the 50-yard line.
He hit that second gear on you.
Real fast. Look, I ain't got no shame on it. That boy was on the 50-yard line. I'm like, wow. Like, yeah, let's not just kick to him no more. Let's just onside it. Let's do some defense because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, he hit that second gear on you. Yeah, it was. His speed was amazing, and it's just kind of sad how in the 2007 national championship game against Florida, how he had that kick return for a touchdown, and you like, man, we about to kick Florida's butt. We about to rout them, and he ended up getting hurt. And somebody had admitted, I can't remember who admitted it, but that game plan for the game was designed around Ted Ginn Jr. Right. And once he went down, they didn't know what to do at that point.
Yeah, so that game was a tough game for us. My brother actually was on that team. Curtis Terry was actually on that team, and like you say, the game plan was basically centered around Ted Ginn Jr. And first play of the game, you get hurt. Very first play, after you score, you got hurt by your own team, jumping up on you and getting hurt. And it was like, I think the wind went out, the sales went out of everybody who was an Ohio State fan that day. Like, you just knew, like, that was a big loss. But it's all right, man. We better now, so.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's move on to some NFL action. So I'm still on cloud 9 after the Cleveland Browns beat the Texans.
Yes, ma'am.
Brandy, you still on cloud 9?
Cloud 7. She jumped down a couple spots on cloud 7.
You ain't happy no more?
No, I'm past that game. We got to look, to the next game plan.
Yeah, so one of the things was, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I didn't see CBS pan to the suite that Tony Busby said that he was going to be in. I didn't see any protests or anything like that. So I think all that outside noise was considered a non-factor in that situation because I don't, like a big deal was made going into that game, but I didn't see any of the spectacle or protests or anything that people said was going to be going on. I know TV didn't show that. Did y'all happen to see anything?
No. The only thing they captured was his family.
And I didn't even see that.
They showed his family.
Hmm.
a few times. They wasn't. I don't think they wanted that negative um, publicity right there. They didn't want that, so they didn't put it on there.
Yeah, because they hid this game too. It was only available in like
And
Houston
Cleveland.
and Cleveland, which is not normal, but they hit this game because I don't think they wanted anybody seeing it and seeing what was going on. But like I didn't notice any negativity, so it was a great broadcast or whatever. But I thought that there might be a little bit of drama, but they didn't show any of that. Did he interview with Aditi Kikinwala? Did Deshaun do an interview with
I
her?
didn't see him do an interview with her. Maybe I probably missed it, but I didn't. I don't think he did.
Okay, because he was supposed to.
Not after the game. I didn't see that at least. Maybe before the game, probably possibly.
Okay.
But I definitely didn't see it after the game.
Okay. All right. So now that the pressure of the Houston game is over and we're no longer into that build up or anything like that, do we think that, Deshaun Watson can settle down a little bit? How much of, his throws and how he performed do we think was a part of nerves? And Brandy, you can go first. How much do you think, how he performed had to do with nerves and, going back to Houston for the first time, being, in the visitors' locker room and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'd say that definitely is a big chunk of it. He still has a home in Houston. He still considers, Houston home to him, and also, seeing his former teammates and former coaches. So I know that has to be a lot of pressure. Also, I think a big part of it, he hasn't played in 700 days. That is a lot. He hasn't practiced much with the team as well because, he wasn't able to go to the facility until recently. So I think, that's a big part of it too, getting up to game speed. So I think this next game we'll see a big step of, getting back to the Deshaun Watson that we saw in 2020. But I think we probably won't see him take that big leap getting back to him for probably, that Ravens or the Saints game.
Do you think he should have been nervous considering he's done this, a couple hundred times before? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a quarterback, you're used to being a quarterback, you're a couple years in into the NFL, it's like you can do this in your sleep. Do you think he should have been nervous going into this game?
No, I don't think so. For the football side of it, but I do think everything else surrounding him outside of the football field is probably where the nervousness would come from, not necessarily the game.
Yeah. What do you think, Eddie?
Nervous definitely for the game.
I'm just like, why though? Like, I don't get it.
It's you can do it 1,000 times, but when you hit that field, it's like it's different. You always got a little bit of nerves. So I don't think it was like like super nervous, but you always got some type of nerves. It's like in the boxing ring every time you get in the box. You might get it for 20 years, but you still get that nervous feeling when you get in there. So I definitely think it was nerves of the game, but also nerves of, like she said, of the outside world of the game. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a little bit of both. Uh, do I think I agree. Actually, agree with Brandy as far as the he probably gonna take a leap forward, a step forward, not a leap. But
We need a leap.
We need a leap.
We need a bound.
We definitely need a leap, not a step, because coming against Cincinnati, who we pretty much handled. Stephanie got their number, but we like I said, we need these next 5 games to go to the playoffs. Right now they got us at 2% going to the playoffs. Like
8%.
They got us 8%. We went
up.
Okay,
yeah,
so
we went up to 8%.
I was say yesterday we were at 2%. So, so I appreciate the going up to 6 points, but
2%, even at 5 and 7.
We were 2%. They said we were. Can we still what? We got 1, 2. We got I think 4 teams ahead of us that's in the hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of those teams we actually lost to. So that's another issue.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, if we hadn't lost that game against the Jets, we got a different season.
Yeah,
we're talking about, but that's just the Brownsian things to do. So we're gonna go ahead and take our first break. We're gonna be right back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. Yeah, I heard 8%. You saw too?
I saw 2%. Then I saw 4% on ESPN. ESPN has that 4%. CBS Sports has that at 2%.
Okay.
So they had the Raiders at 16%.
Huh.
The Raiders is at 16%. The Raiders is the highest out of the teams that's in the hunt.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. Remember, you can listen to us on your regular radio dial at 95.9 FM. You can download that WOVU app and listen to us on the go. You can also listen online at WOVU.org. And you can always give us a call at 216-271-0959. I am here with Ms. Brandy Fairfax and Mr. Eddie Scott, the front man. And we were talking just a little bit of Cleveland Browns football about whether or not Deshaun Watson should have been nervous. I felt like he should not have. Eddie and Brandy were in agreement that he should have been a little bit nervous, and that's absolutely fine. So when we come back, we're talking about, we just talked about the Browns' percentage chances of making the playoffs. So we had something a little bit different, each one of us. But, one of the things that is coming up is they're coming up with a match, a game against the Bengals. The Bengals are coming off of a win at Kansas City Chiefs. They're like they kind of own in Kansas City a little bit. They beat them to make it to the Super Bowl. But right now, one of the things that Deshaun, the pleasure he had to deal with was that the Texans were ranked 28th in defense and 32 in run defense. But you're going against a team that's ranked number 12 in defense and 15th in run defense. How do the Browns beat Cincy in Cincy if Deshaun Watson doesn't drastically improve? Brandy, you can go first. How do they beat this team? How will they beat this team? Will they beat Deshaun Watson in spite of his poor play if the defense steps up and has a good game like they've had on occasion against Cincinnati? Or do they lose this game?
Yeah, so I think, they're going to need both. I think they're going to need Deshaun to have a good game as well as the defense, especially, the first time we played them, they didn't have Jamar Chase. So, just staying contained and not having, those big plays against T. Higgins as well. And Deshaun's going to have to, have a good game, but also stick to the run, which, we have shied away from that. But I do like that, last game against the Texans, we did see Kevin Stefanski kind of change plays a little bit. Now that we have Deshaun Watson, we saw Kareem Hunt getting more of his snaps back as well. So I hope things like that continue.
Mm-hmm. And Kareem Hunt had an excellent catch of a low ball of Deshaun Watson. I think that saved the drive that was going on. Eddie, what do you think? How do you feel about this?
Hello?
Yeah.
So for me, I think that personally, if they run the ball, Kareem Hunt should have at least 15 carries. Nick Chubb should have at least 20 plus carries. Defense, they got to step up, and they normally do when they play in Cincinnati. Even when they had Jamar Chase, remind you, we're 4-0 against in the last 4 games, and 4-0 against Cincinnati. And basically our defense has stepped up big time when we play in Cincinnati. I think we need to use what we need to use our running backs big time. I think we need to scheme in Deshaun Watson design run plays, and Deshaun Watson need to understand that when the play break down to use your legs. So do I think the Browns going to win? Absolutely. There's no question about that. I don't see us losing against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Do you see this being a close game?
Nope. Not at all.
Care to give a score prediction?
I'll give you one. 42-17.
42-17. Oh, that's a lot, Brandy. That's a lot he putting out there. What you think about that?
That is crazy. I don't know about
calling out Cincinnati Bengals by 20 plus points every game. So.
I know, but I think this game gonna be a little bit different because Deshaun Watson, like he has to improve by leaps and bounds. I think compared to the performance that he has.
I give you a stat.
Okay.
You know that when we beat them the last time we beat them, that Jacoby Brissett didn't play that well. Actually, our defense played outstanding.
Yeah, they did.
3 turnovers for scores. Our run game was like, look, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb had a field day that game. Nick Chubb went over 130 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt had 1 touchdown. Yeah, I'm confident in what I say. 42-17.
So they gonna be ready.
Oh, ready is an understatement. We was born ready. We dog for a living.
Randy, is he too optimistic? You think this team gonna be ready?
I think they can win, but I do think it'll probably be a little bit closer of a game.
I think it'll be closer too.
What y'all think is going? What's y'all scores? Give me a close score for y'all.
I think that the Browns will win by a touchdown.
Okay. What about you, Brandy?
I agree.
Okay, so listen. Since I love you both, they win by more than a touchdown. If they win by a touchdown or less, I'll buy y'all dinner.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, yeah, touchdown or less. I'll make sure that you pay through on that bet too. I just look at it like I think that Cincinnati, coming off of a big game against the Kansas City Chiefs, they're learning, they're getting their stride. They're learning how to win. Even though they made it to the Super Bowl, that was a different season. That was last year. This is this year. So I think that they might be hitting their stride right now. Jamar Chase is going to be back, and right now, Denzel Ward is playing pretty good. MJ Emerson is playing pretty well as well. So if they can contain them, and figure out the defensive scheme that they want to use to be able to contain him and T. Higgins and I forgot who's the other receiver for Cincinnati.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say, Brandy?
Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, thank you. If they can figure out a way to be able to contain them, I think, because Joey B is Joey B, he going to ball out. So I think if there's a way that they can contain them, if the defense can step up and get to him early, because when you get to him, you force those quick throws and stuff like that, and they don't necessarily connect. So, Miles, if they're him and Jadeveon Clowney, if they're able to get some penetration and get to Joey B, I think you can rattle him and disrupt him. And I think he'll still be searching for his first win against the Cleveland Browns. Like I said, I think it's going to be a lot closer. I don't think they're going to blow them out. And the reason being is Deshaun doesn't have his legs yet. Pretty much, he playing like this is a preseason game, even though it's not preseason. I know he doesn't want to, but, he hasn't played in 700 days. And I didn't expect him to be as rusty as he was. I was expecting him to come out and ball. But, one of the things is, he's rustier than we thought he was. And, those throws weren't on target. And it's going to take some time for them to improve because it took time for Jacoby to improve on his throws as well. And even though Deshaun Watson is a much better quarterback than Jacoby Brissett, it's going to take Deshaun Watson some time as well too. So, if he plays better, I think, we can win by more. But if his play is consistent with last week and it's not a marked, improvement by leaps and bounds, I think that it'll be a closer game. And I think defense will do something to step up. I think that defense have another defensive touchdown. Again, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think they will. Also, too, they might be able to be in better field position because it looks like they found some magic in Donovan Peoples-Jones and his, returns on kickoffs and punt returns and stuff like that. So if you got somebody who can return the ball and give you better field position, maybe he doesn't have as far and as long to go, and that could be most helpful to him as well. So that was one of the things that I want to discuss. And, how do you guys think? Do we have some magic in a bottle right now with Donovan Peoples-Jones and his returning? Brandy can't see you shaking your head, Eddie.
No. Absolutely not. Man, listen, okay. Listen, Donovan Peoples-Jones is a decent.
Because I don't know if the last time we had a return back might have been since we had Josh Cribbs.
Okay, we got one against the Texans. That's what I said. We did all this against the Texans. We have not done anything before the Texans. I'm not. I'm sorry. I might be that guy who. I might be that typical Browns fan who just don't get excited when you do what you're supposed to do against teams you shouldn't do against. Like I'm not. I'm not going to sign him to a big returning contract because I'm gonna think you Josh Cribbs because what you did against the Texans. You ran through the Texans. You did a great job. I appreciate the touchdown. I appreciate what he did to change the momentum in that game. But I'm not about to give him all these roses and rings for what he did against the Texans. Sorry. You have not shown me nothing else besides the Texans.
Okay, that's fair enough. But if we have some improvement, in the return game, that will put, that will put the Cleveland Browns in a better offensive position to score.
Absolutely.
And that's something that we hadn't been having.
I can agree with that, but that's a big if because they have not shown that besides against the Texans.
Well, maybe he got a little bit of confidence now. He know what he can do.
Hopefully he did. I pray that he did. Because if he did, it's going to help me win this dinner.
You taking us to dinner?
if he haven't improved on what on that kick return and punt return, then I won't have to take you late to dinner.
Brandy, where you want to go eat at?
Row House.
She already said we won, so we got.
Where are we going to dinner at?
Taco Bell.
Because we win in this bet. No Taco Bell. How come every time I go, there's not they can't take orders because their system is down?
Their system is always
down. This has happened to me the last 2 times I tried to go to Taco Bell, and all I want is a Mexican pizza. You would think it wouldn't be that hard to get a Mexican pizza, and apparently it is.
Listen, I work third shift, so there's not much open third shift. So we got Taco Bell and McDonald's is like my love because nothing else is open. So every time I go to Taco Bell, it's either they're closed early because they don't have nothing, or their system's out. That is so bad. You know what? I'm gonna start tweeting and telling the owners this is horrible of you
guys. Yeah. All I want is a Mexican pizza. That's it.
That's it.
And I can't get a Mexican pizza.
A Mexican pizza, you gotta make sure you put chicken on there. Don't put none of that.
You can put chicken on there?
Absolutely. Tell me what to make with chicken.
I kind of like it how it is. I don't really need no chicken.
Listen, trust me when I tell you, make it with chicken.
But I want more scallions and tomatoes on top.
That's fine. Tell them that too. Tell them you want it made with chicken. Guaranteed.
If I could order it, they broke down half the time. So I can't even get to that part.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. West Side, West 117.
All right. Oh, yeah.
West 117 always rock.
I go to Brothers when I'm over there.
Oh, yeah. Brothers go hard. See, you help. She helped.
Yeah, I've been on the West Side a little bit. Listen. All right, we're going to have to take a quick break right quick. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. What is it? France. I go to France, too.
France?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you go to, I can't think of the name of the little mama pop spot right there on the corner of Madison. I think it's called Joe's. I have to call you with it. But have you ever had chicken paprikash?
I don't know.
It's like chicken soup, but it's delicious. It's the best thing I ever ate. But go to this little mama pop spot. They got some great corned beef and they got this chicken paprikash thing.
Really? Because I don't be fooling with slimes. It's too much corned beef. It's too much.
I like slimes.
Too much damn meat.
I'm gonna tell you, if you want the best corned beef. The best corned beef is this place called Holiday Grills on West 130th Enterprise. Best corned beef in the city. Probably the best food in the city, honestly. Y'all heard it here first, y'all.
Excuse me. All right, welcome back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. Couple quick notes. David and Joko should be back, so he will be needed. He had that excellent catch against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in order to seal the win and keep our dreams of making the playoffs alive. So he's going to be important to the game plan. Also, with the blocking too, because he's one of the best blocking tight ends in the National Football League. So he's going to be very important. David Bell is day to day after suffering a thumb injury, so hopefully we will have him back. And Kevin Stefanski should have a better idea of play calling now that he's got a chance to see Deshaun Watson play. Hopefully he can call some plays that put them in position to be successful. Hopefully he'll run the ball more because you had that success. I know it was just against the Texans, like Eddie said, but hopefully there will be some success with running the ball against the Cincinnati Bengals. We had success the last time on Monday night. So hopefully you will have that same success. So they'll run the ball a little bit more, but I expect a better play calling game out of him offensively as well.
The run game is there regardless of who they play.
Yeah.
So it ain't because of the Texans that their run game is stacked. They got a great run game when Stefanski decide to run the ball. But the chances of Stefanski doing it 3 weeks in a row, it's not going to happen. I guarantee you, he's not going to do it. We're talking about Kevin Stefanski.
Brandy, what you think?
Yeah, I think last season and at the beginning of the year, one of the best things about this team was the 1-2 punch of Nick Chubb and Kareem. And kind of the middle of the season, the past few weeks, they've kind of steered away from that. So, I'm hoping now with Deshaun back that they'll be able to get back to that.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm looking forward. And, Stefanski kind of probably has an idea of what some of Deshaun's strengths are and weaknesses are, even though, he played terrible. There's still something on film for him to see and, kind of coach him through and work with him on that. But you definitely hope that the play calling is better. And he has to have a good game offensively play calling in order to get this win against Cincinnati by 7 points so we can go to dinner.
Oh man, listen, the Browns, y'all better come through like y'all normally do. Y'all don't. And I gotta take these women to dinner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
Well, you threw out there, so
I'm gonna enjoy it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna enjoy taking y'all to dinner and then y'all gloat and talk crap.
We a good time.
Yeah. Drinks on me.
Yeah.
Orange juice, alias. We're drinking orange juice, y'all.
All right, so moving on to the NBA. So tonight is a big night. Hollywood has came into town. LeBron James was walking okay despite his ankle injury, and he said that he is ready to go tonight. What are you guys' thoughts about LeBron being back in town? And he said, it's nice being close to my hometown. Why doesn't he consider Akron part of Cleveland?
It's not.
I mean, technically, it is south of Cleveland, so it's kind of Cleveland. And remember when the news came on, Brandy? You probably a little too young for this, but remember when the news would come on and they would say the Cleveland, Akron, Canton metropolitan area. So that's pretty much Cleveland. Yeah, it is.
That's like Reverend Young South. Akron is not Cleveland. We don't like Akron. Akron don't like us. That's them. We're us. Yes, he is a Cleveland.
They should be glad that we want to include them.
They should.
It's whack.
They should be glad that we want to include them. We don't want to include them.
Akron is really whacker in Ohio because it's whack.
That's facts. No, they're not part of Cleveland. We don't. The only thing that got good coming out of Akron is LeBron James.
Well, let Steph Curry tell you.
Oh yeah,
he was born in Akron
too. So I'll give you Steph too, even though. He moved to North Carolina or something like that.
Yeah.
But he wanted to rap Akron. Fine. He's from Akron too. So we got two good things coming out of Akron. That was LeBron James and Steph Curry.
Yeah, so they don't want to claim Akron. But what are you guys' thoughts about him being back in town tonight? And the Lakers are playing kind of well.
9-game win streak, if I ain't mistaken.
9 game? I don't know about that.
If I ain't mistaken, they got a 9-game win streak or something like that. Or not the win streak, but they won the last 9 out of 10 games, something like that. I have to look that up, but if I ain't mistaken, they won like 9 of the last 10. I've been balling lately. But I'll say this, and Brandy, you probably will agree with me. The Cavs will win tonight. We 13-1 at home.
They 8-2 out of the last 10 games.
Eight games in the last 10 games.
Okay.
So yeah, they've been balling. And AD been he been MVP looking.
He had 55 points in their last game against Washington.
Yeah. Oh my God!
He look like he's MVP caliber right now.
And we don't have no Jared Allen.
Nope.
Oh God. Nope. He might feast on Evan Mobley.
I'm about to say he might have a field day on Mobley right now. But Mobley's just a little too small right now. He got his weight up.
If they throw Diakite in there, that might help a little bit.
I don't know, man. AD,
man, we can't let the Lakers come in and win tonight, man.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win, but AD just a different. He a different animal.
Well, when he not hurt and he finally playing.
Listen, I hate to say it like this because it's gonna sound bad, but every time he get on the court, I'm thinking like when he's going down.
Yeah.
Because he's always injured, so I'm like, when he going? I hope he don't get hurt, but I'm always thinking like when he's gonna go down because he always get hurt. Always. That sucks. That sucks for him.
Well, I mean, if something happened tonight, it just is what it is.
Yeah, but I got us winning. I got us winning in a shootout.
A shootout?
Yeah, because the Lakers don't have no sharpshooter, and they're iffy on the streets. I think we might win 109 to 100.
Okay. Brandy, what you thinking?
It's hard not having Jared Allen, especially, he leads the team right now with 10.8 rebounds, as well as right now the Lakers, they're averaging the most points per game in the paint with 57 points. So not having Jared Allen with that hurts. So I'm hoping, they're able to pull this one out without having him.
Yeah, what is wrong with Jared Allen? Is it a hip or?
They're saying his back now.
His back is messed up or something like that.
Oh, God.
But
he seemed a little injury prone too, a little bit.
He has been, but he has been even before he got here. But when he's in, he's good, man. So that's why you'll take a chance on him. It's like you'll take a chance on AD because when he's in, he's great. I got us winning 109 to 100, but LeBron James coming home, he gonna try to take over the game like he always do, and that's gonna cost the Lakers the game.
You think so?
LeBron gonna be the reason they lose.
If you just let pretty much LeBron and AD be primary scorers, and Russell Westbrook is taken out of it, and the rest of the front court as well. I mean back court, excuse me. I think you can stand a good chance, because if AD is gonna go off because of no Jared Allen, unfortunately that's what you give up. Who guards LeBron on this team?
Nobody. Nobody. You don't have a three. Like, who can guard him? Like who can guard him? Like
what about Karis LeVert?
Absolutely not. Like, LeBron about to get about good 36 points on us. Like let's be honest here. We talk about LeBron James with the Cavaliers. Y'all may thought he lost a step, but he's about to have a field day on us, man. We're gonna win though because he's gonna try to take over the game like he always do when he play against the Cavs, and he's gonna cost him to win. And I appreciate that. But you ain't gonna stop him. You're gonna hope to contain him.
Brandy, who guard LeBron on this team? Is there any hope to stop him at all?
Yeah, I'm not sure, especially with him being back in Cleveland, he always, tries to have 30, 40 points this game. So we'll see, but hopefully, I'm sure they'll have either Karis or Isaac Okoro on him. So hopefully they're able to contain him, at least a little bit.
You heard she said the same thing I just said. Can't stop him. Just hold to contain him. That's it.
Yeah, but what about after this game if he go back to magically being hurt again? I can see that coming. LeBron sitting out
after the game, talking about my ankle,
right,
my turf toe.
Yeah, exactly. Because he just want to play on his game.
Came home, just playing his home game. That's it.
Yeah, welcome back, LeBron.
See him get cheered or booed. That's what he came back for. He a narcissist, so he came back to see him get cheered or booed.
Well, I think when he comes back, the majority of times is cheers. I don't really feel like he gets booed that much. when he comes back here.
Last time he came back, he got booed.
Yeah, but not like what you expect. Not like when he was with Miami.
Not when he was with Miami. No. He would never get that again because he brought that ring here. He would never get that again. That was the worst I ever seen anybody get booed. He would never get that one again. But
remember when they was chanting "Akron hates you,"
man,
and he was laughing at that himself? He was like, "That was kind of funny."
They were killing him, man. They were killing him.
They was like, "Akron hates you."
I told you I love the disrespect, so I was here for it. I love that type of stuff, so I was definitely here for it, man. You know, I'm the same guy who, like, when Baker Mayfield planted the flag on Ohio State, you know, I'm that guy, so I respect the disrespect. So it makes football, basketball, baseball, it makes it fun. Speaking of that, before we jump over to something else, did you see that fight against TCU girls?
No.
Oh my goodness! Like, the girls was fighting on the basketball court. Like, I was surprised. Like, I've never seen
the basketball team.
Yes.
Oh wow, who was they fighting?
Who was it playing? Was it Garrett? George Washington. Some George Washington team, college.
Oh wow.
Small team. And yeah, I'm like, oh my goodness! Like, I would have never thought. I've never seen girls fight on basketball. I've never seen that. I've never even seen them push together.
Oh wow!
So for them to get rowdy like that, I'm like, oh, I'm here for it.
So I think it's gonna be a close game tonight, though.
Really?
I think it's gonna be a close game.
Give me your score.
You got 100
to 109.
Yeah. I don't see it. Yeah, I think you got to put up 100 points to beat the Lakers. Mm-hmm. So with LeBron coming into town, maybe 122.
No defense.
Yeah, 122 to like 115.
That's not bad. Brad, you didn't give us your score. You just told us who you're gonna win.
I'll say the Cavs are gonna win 115 to 105.
Okay, so 10 points.
Oh, yeah, which I forgot in the football to mention about Baker Mayfield got picked up on waivers today by the Los Angeles Rams.
Joshua Dobbs went to Detroit.
Oh, really?
You said who?
Joshua Dobbs went to Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he had been released. I thought they was looking to get him back again. Oh, okay.
How can I put this? I guess from the air, so I gotta pretend like I care. Yeah, I don't care. Baker Mayfield is done. He's not gonna get no action. He's not gonna play. They only put him on the waiver so they can have a backup quarterback, a third string quarterback at that. Baker Mayfield showed us exactly who he was. They gave him a starting position in Carolina, and he choked it. Choked it away. Like, he couldn't say he could. Anytime Sam Darnold beat you out,
that's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
And you're healthy, so what's your excuse?
Mm-hmm.
You know, last year we said, "Oh, he's injured. That's why he's doing all this." You are healthy this year, and you have done nothing but disappoint.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
When Sam Darnold beat you out, that's a bad thing. Brandy, what you think?
Yeah, I'm not totally surprised that the Rams picked him up just because Matthew Stafford got placed on IR the other day with his neck injury. So I'm not really sure how they'll be using Baker, if he's going to serve as the backup or if they'll try starting him with Matthew Stafford out. But he definitely has a point to prove. So if he has, anything left to give in him, it would be now.
What do you think about, him being with Sean McVay? Do you think Sean McVay might be able to get something out of him?
If Sean McVay can't get nothing out of him, can't nobody get nothing out of him. Sean McVay, Mayfield is the type quarterback that's built for Sean McVay's offense. So, and you got the best receiver in Cooper Kupp. So,
ain't Cooper Kupp hurt?
Well, he's hurt. So, So with that being said, you really don't have anything because you don't have Cooper Kupp, who's hurt. You don't have. You don't trust. I don't just trust Baker Mayfield. He is who he is. The undersized quarterback who we thought was a quarterback who fooled us with this 1 year, and he had a heck of a year. That 1 year with OBJ and Landry, and he fooled us because he had dominating receivers.
Yeah, OBJ was hurt.
Yeah,
I always say he got OBJ hurt on that interception too.
Yeah, horrible.
Brandy, what you think? You think Sean McVay might be able to get something out of Baker?
Yeah, I think so. This will be his 7th coach, I believe, in the time that he's been in the NFL. So I think out of the coaches that he has had, this is probably going to be, the best coach and the best fit for him. So hopefully, we do see a change in Baker, but this is a lot of coaches for him. So I know that definitely, can weigh on a player as well.
I say if Sean McVay can bring it out of him, can nobody bring it out of him? Sean McVay is one of the best coaches in the NFL right now. But I will say this on top of that. Speaking of OBJ, man, I wouldn't mind him coming to Cleveland one more time.
Coming back, they said that his rehab will be extended throughout the rest of the season. So ain't nothing that he can do for us this season.
No, but I wouldn't mind him coming back with him.
If I was him, I wouldn't want to come back.
Why?
Because the Browns chose Baker Mayfield over OBJ in that situation. So I wouldn't want to come back.
You would have chose your quarterback too already.
No, I wouldn't. I know Baker Mayfield over OBJ.
Well, you ain't know you were gonna be able to get Deshaun Watson at that time.
Yeah, but still.
Well, I think they in that situation.
But the video was true.
It was definitely true.
So why would you choose him over your receiver?
Because you had you thought this was your franchise quarterback. You didn't want to throw your franchise quarterback under the bus.
They knew he was sorry, and they didn't draft him. They didn't draft him.
Yeah, but they thought he was.
And you see, they pretty much got rid of him as soon as they could, but they knew he was sorry.
See, listen,
I ain't falling for that.
As soon as they was able to get Deshaun Watson, he was smoking. But we didn't know he was going to be able to get. Remember, we wasn't even in the running for Deshaun Watson at one point.
Yeah, he told us no, and then we flashed some money. Where the money at? And
guaranteed.
Money guaranteed.
Give you money for the massage. I'm sorry.
No Deshaun Watson slander on this network.
I'm sorry, Deshaun. That was a low blow, but that was kind of easy right there. But he was like, money, money. Absolutely, I would have took it too. 230 million guaranteed. Mm-hmm. You have to tell me twice. I've been on the next bus. You have to find me there. I'd have drove myself for 230 million.
Because the crazy part was one day we got news that he told us no, and then the next thing he coming. So it was kind of crazy how all that went down. But we're gonna go ahead and take our final break. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. Yeah, don't have Jay get you.
Jay, no, can't talk bad about the Browns.
Nah, Deshaun Watson.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jay better get over it. I know his wife. He better get over it.
No, you do.
What's up, my people?
Hey, what's up, Raphael?
I see y'all talking about Deshaun Watson. Baker Mayfield through. I said he ain't gonna start nowhere. That's what I said. We on the same page. Not even for the Rams. He's not.
Yeah.
Hell no. He had cancer in the locker room. He had cancer for the team.
That's why they should.
Man ain't even been there a whole season. You trying to get rid of him now? He had cancer on the team.
They should have got rid of him instead of OBJ.
OBJ wanted to leave. Landry wanted to leave because of him. Landry had to stay when we was getting Deshaun Watson. I wish we would have kept Landry.
Huh?
I said we should have kept Landry when he had to stay. We should have paid that man.
All right. Welcome back to Her in the Huddle on WOVU at 95.9 FM. We got to get to a couple minutes left in the show. We got to get to some Cleveland Guardians news. Today, the Cleveland Guardians signed Josh Bell, who is a first baseman and designated hitter. So they feeling the need that they have at first base. I don't know, if there's an issue with Josh Naylor or anything like that. But I think that Josh Naylor kind of still has a little bit of an ankle injury. So I'm wondering if that's why the move was done. And Josh Bell is a switch hitter as well. He had a pretty good season with San Diego, had been with the Nationals prior to that, and they signed him today, which is a pretty big signing, 2 years, $33 million, and that's a lot of money for the Cleveland Guardians. But I feel like it was a signing that was well worth it. He's also an MLB bro. Anybody knows that I also work with MLBbro.com, and I've did a few stories about Josh Bell. So, super excited to have this guy come to the Cleveland Guardians. And Brandy, what are your thoughts about the addition of Josh Bell?
Yeah, I think we said this, at the end of last season with the Guardians, that's, they needed help, especially at the bottom of the lineup. And I think he's definitely going to bring that. He was averaging just over 300 batting when he was with Washington last season. So I definitely think he's going to be able to help them in the lineup.
Eddie, front man.
So it was when he got traded to San Diego, he kind of went down to 192 batting average. But like you said, he was at 300. He was at I think 301 or something like that. 30, yeah, 300 pretty much on the batting average. Before he left, so when he was with Washington, he was above 300. I think it was a good pickup actually. Like I think it was a good signing. The question is he worth $33 million? It's funny how you'll pay this man $33 million, but you didn't want to pay the shortstop that we had that left with the Mets.
Francisco Lindor. But Francisco Lindor was going to be a couple $100 million.
I mean, I understand that, but you will pay. You want to throw money out people now, like when you don't throw money at superstars, though. Which I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand, but I appreciate the pickup though. I think he's gonna been a switch hitter. I think he's gonna designate here something that we was missing last year. So I think with the team that we have, I think it's an upgrade.
Yeah, I definitely would love, for the Cleveland Guardians to spend some money. And for the past 6 years with the Pirates, the Nationals, and the Padres, Josh Bell has slashed 262, 350, 462 with 127 home runs and 449 RBIs. And like Brandy is correct about the bottom of that lineup, they were getting no production at the bottom, and with Austin Hedges, so they're still looking for a catcher now, trying to figure out what they're going to do at that position. So that's a good pickup with some good numbers, and I think he'll be excited and ready to play, and I think he'll actually contribute. And also, he's a veteran too, so he's 30 years old. So I think veteran presence in that clubhouse is needed as well for the youngest team in all of baseball. So I think this veteran will definitely be helpful.
Do you think one thing you just mentioned was we need a catcher?
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna go to the farm, or we're gonna try to go out and get a veteran?
I think we're gonna go out and try to get a veteran.
I mean, we gotta spend money. We're talking about a team who do not like to spend money.
They have money, they just don't like to spend it.
I said we're talking about a team.
So they better start spending if they want to win. You only get so lucky with having a bunch of young players, have a magical season. It doesn't always happen like that. You had a lot of things that went, your way. In order for that to happen, it's not always going to be that way, and you're going to have to spend some money. They don't have a choice.
100% agree. We're talking about a team that, like I said, do not spend money. Like it's like they're allergic to spending money. So you let some big names go just so you won't have to spend no money.
Every big name we've had, they let go. We are the farm system for the New York Yankees.
Mm-hmm. So
Shane Bieber about to go. Because they ain't going to pay him.
Sound like Aaron Judge about to leave the Yankees, too.
Yeah, that was a mistake, though, that came out talking about he was going to the Giants. He retracted that. He was like, my bad. But, yeah, the price is right. These athletes are mercenaries. They going to go to the highest bidder for their services. So, it is what it is. We look at these contracts like they so crazy. They only work 6 months out of the year. But
you know what's crazy, though? I remember there was a time where you wouldn't leave your team. You want to leave that home team. You know what I'm saying? That you was drafted to.
Like LeBron?
Yes.
Okay.
But it was a time where
twice.
It was a time where you wouldn't leave. Like Jordan had many opportunities to leave the Bulls. He chose not to leave. Same
He
with
did leave though. He went to play some baseball.
for the Chicago White Sox. So that's not leaving. That's going to stay in your home city.
He was trash.
He was horrible, but
he should have stayed in the basketball.
But you know the theories on that one.
Egos.
So, we heard about the theories on that, so we gonna stick to this.
He had to pay off some gambling debts.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I just think if the the Guardians don't spend money, it'll be off or not. That's my theory on it. I don't see them spending no money.
Randy, you think the Guardians gonna spend a little bit of money?
Yeah, I think they will. I think they're at the point where they definitely have to. That's one of the, I'd say, last additions to complete the team. It was also good. Class A was named the American League top reliever with his 1.36 ERA, and he had 40 saves this past season. So that was well deserved for him.
Correct. Yes. I agree with you on that. That was well deserved. Congratulations on that.
Yes, the best closer in baseball. And I'm really excited at his growth and progress because last season, the season before this past one, he had some control issues. And I would cringe every time he was out on the mound because I didn't know what was going to happen. But, it was like a 9-day turnaround. So credit to the Cleveland Indians pitching staff as well for getting him in a position to be able to work on the things that need to be work on his control issues, mental issues, whatever he needed in order to be one of the best, in order to be the best reliever in all of baseball. So credit to that the Guardians organization.
Doctor alert, Jared Allen will be playing tonight.
Oh, yes! Yes! Yes!
Let's go.
All right.
Now we might go out.
All right. Yes. All right. Okay, good.
They're gonna be on the pitch count though.
Man, he better get back out there.
He's gonna play his normal minutes, or they're gonna put him on the count.
It doesn't say. All they just said so far is that he will start tonight after missing the last 5 games.
That's good.
Chop that tailbone off and get back out there.
Hey, listen, when you hurt your tailbone, that's a painful thing. So I'm with you, man. That's good news. Good reporting, Brandy.
Yeah, he will try to play in big games because he did try to play against Atlanta last year when we was in the playoffs. So, we were in the play-in game. So, I do give him credit for that. He does suck it up and, get up there and, play. So, I'm pretty excited about that. Well, y'all, that was our time, man. It flew by. Go Cavaliers, go Browns, and congrats to Emmanuel Classe as well as Glenville, and welcome to town Josh Bell, for Eddie the front man, for Brandy Fairfax, for Rachel Hill. You've been listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We are out of here.
Peace. Good show. Great show.
All right, Brandy, thank you